Greetings, YouTube. Let me get my YouTube thing pulled up here really fast here. I gotta get my chat. I mean, Torb has just been power crept. Torb has pretty solid perks, and Torb has been power crept. That's why he's really good right now. Some of his damage, fire rate, Torb HP, or turret HP. Chat would have to pull up the... You can pull up the wiki. If you're ever wondering about power creep, just pull up the wiki. It's the way to go. Because you can literally see all the patch notes that have happened. It's really, really useful. Highly, highly recommend. And go to like the bottom of the wiki thing. So, anchor bolts, yeah.
But the Winston did look good. I mean, Chase is so well known for the Winston. I think that is definitely one of his best heroes. But yeah, I mean, sort of blinked into that.
Okay, give me a sec.
That was too bad.
We might have a guest star for our co-stream today. No spoilers.
What do you think they can do, though, really? Is it a KSA swap, you think? Oh, this is the boop as well.
Oh, there it was. They really... I was wondering. I thought it was off the map, but yeah, he just barely caught the edge. It is you, yes. I think he started playing as a response to Hazard plays. He was just really strong, too. I mean, that's classic pro Overwatch. I guess that's kind of like my takeaway is like a good reminder is that like it goes to show that pros don't really know what they're doing 100% either. Like, Torb has been power crept. Torb has been good for quite a long time. But... people didn't play Torb, and then they were forced to experiment with Torb, and they go, what is that bird meme where you're like, oh, hate it, and they taste it, goes, this is good, you know? It's like pros with Torb. But it's not that pros are stupid or dumb, or it's just human psychology. We don't experiment a lot of times until we're forced to. Jeff Kaplan, yes, Jeff Kaplan will be here. Is the YouTube stream live? Are we live? I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. Okay, we're good. Don't like Torb, fair enough. Going to see the Junkrat meta explode in the scene? I mean, the Junkrat ranked meta took a little bit, right? Where people realized that, like, the armor change really favored Junkrat. Some of the other things, right? YouTube stream probably went live 60 minutes. That's not true. Dude, I'm cold as a cheek, man. Freaking freezing cold. Butt cheeks, man. 68 seconds ago? Oh. Haha. Laughing at your failure. Sky is coming in for Faith, which means... double flex, maybe? Yeah. Like I said, I'm completely out of the loop about like what teams are playing and what these comps are. It's probably the most out of touch I've been to the pro meta ever. I can still break down the matches. Live, not as good at it. I'm kind of washed, but like reviewing it, I can still tell you how the comp is supposed to be played and how you take space and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Hey, Abby. Psy guy. Ana Zen on Blizzard World. Makes sense, yeah. We've seen it before. Ash versus Sojourn. There's no way to get to main Ash versus Sojourn this year. I don't know. Depends on perks, probably. I would say generally Ash is not super good at the highest level and like dive meta stuff, but maybe the perks kind of change that a little bit. Close your blinds. Nah, frick you, buddy. I want light. Frick you. ET, can you explain why we're seeing so much Genji recently in OWCS? Because Genji is good, and Genji was strong versus Hazard. Genji not as good versus Winston. It's like the bronze tier meme where like bronze players are like, I'm countered by Winston. And then diamond masters, oh, you're not countered by Winston. And then highest style players, oh, Genji countered by Winston. It's not so much that he's countered by Winston, but other DPS, other dive DPS like Tracers and so on, Sojourns have much better matchups of pressuring Winston out. And have better neutrals than Genji. But if you're playing Hazard, Deflect's really freaking good versus Hazard. You can really consistently follow up off of his stuff. And Genji's good. Like, Genji is, like, chronically annoying to play in ranked because of the low skill floor characters that you can play versus, but he's good, especially in coordinated play on these. He's basically, Genji has always been good in, like, these weird short-range dive hybrids. Like, Mauga, Junker Queen, Zarya... Hazard, right? Those kind of things. Thanks, Carl. But it's like more of like, I wouldn't say Genji's like the reason why. Genji's not the mover and shaker in the Hazard comps. It's Hazard and Genji working well with Hazard. But also Genji is certainly not a weak point of that composition. Like the irony is I think a lot of times we're seeing Kiriko right now. I think Kiriko is as probably the weakest hero in these compositions that we've been seeing in a vacuum. She just fits well with the way that they're being played and or provides value in a way. But she's not the one defining the meta by any means. Skater, thank you for the sub.
Yeehaw.
Congratulations on your new badge. My random plat teammate said Reaper is a tracer counter because of his shot. I wouldn't say he's a tracer counter because he can't, but he's definitely better in the 1v1. Tracer's pretty good versus Reaper, like marking his angles and scouting and avoiding him entirely. So I would say it's kind of a neutral advantage. You wouldn't always want to take the 1v1 versus Reaper as Tracer necessarily, but like you wouldn't avoid it. The problem is everyone looks at like so-and-so counters in terms of if you lock them into a room, who wins the 1v1, but that's not how counters work most of the time. Because it's really easy to just unlock the door. Tracer's got the key. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing like Winston versus Orisa. Winston is pretty good versus Orisa a lot of times because Orisa can't lock you in the room. She can't poke you out very consistently. She can't keep up with you. She can't push you from range. You can avoid her ultimate. Whereas like a Roadhog versus Winston's a little bit harder to avoid him. You got the key, but he might slam the door on your face again, you know? But yeah, I think that's like the general impression is that, and I think that's kind of a misconception. Win with a hype? I'm not sure. I'm waiting on them. We're not going to be doing co-streaming for too long. It'll be like a 2.5 more hours, maybe 3, because we have pugs today. They ran Life Weaver Mercy, and I want to dive the backline of Genji, and they want me to swap to Reaper to Peak Tracer. Nah. Because the thing is like, yeah. I mean, if you want to play Reaper, you could do it, but yeah. Right, exactly, Deacon. That's why Torb's a really good Winston counter, because he can poke you out on your angles, and he can't really die to your dive, and his ultimate is kind of good versus you. It's not bad versus you, so like there's a lot of ways to like lock the door and then tape his ankles up and kicking and screaming, and yeah. If you can beat their position and beat them in the 1v1, then that's what we call a counter, right? Like if you play Zarya versus D.Va in Circuit Royale, you're kind of hard countering the D.Va because the map doesn't allow you to avoid the Zarya, so it's kind of a hard counter, right? But if you play D.Va versus Zarya on like a map like Gibraltar, or even a map like this, it's a lot harder for the Zarya to lock you in the room, kicking and screaming. Nobody's good against Tracer with the yeah, I mean, hey, Tracer is consistently one of the most flexible characters in the game. We had this discussion a long time ago when we did the counters video. We were trying to think, what are the most flexible characters in the game? You're alive? Love you. Yes, if you feel like it, yes. I'm completely indifferent. I think Ana and Tracer are two of the most flexible characters in the game, I think. Like the hardest to counter characters in the game, I think, Ana and Tracer. What would make Hog work in pro play? Him just being wildly overtuned. Like, so, you would need a lot of things. Alright, bans are Winston here. Genji doesn't want to have to deal with the chase Winston, which makes sense. I guess... Yeah, okay, and then Lucio is banned, so they don't want any rush comp, so they're going to force the double flex. Basically, so they ban Lucio and they force double flex. So the Ana Kiriko, Genji Sojourn, this is like a dive hybrid. Here's the fun thing, guys. I don't know about the DPS or tank specifically, we're going to ignore that right now, but this is my favorite style of composition. It is double flex. Double flex dive hybrid. I freaking love watching these games. Sky freaking dies. I don't know how that happens. Why does every pro use this Genji skin? It's one of the worst Genji skins. I think it's because Proper uses it. I don't know. Oh, Canal. Backline dive, isolate Sigma, kill the Sigma. Getting you for the gifted subs, Diamond Chow. Nice clip. Nice clip. Way to go there, buddy. So basically, the way that you're doing this is you are using a Kiri to support your DPS angle, probably your Torb or Soj. Maybe can support the ball, and then kind of Ana kind of holds the angle back. Ball swap, ball mirror, big shocker there. And I actually think ball is pretty good versus this because Ana Kiriko cannot really kill ball. Genji Sojourn can't really kill ball. And you don't really have a Brigitte to deny the ball dive, so ball can kind of do whatever he wants versus this. So the mag, you could argue here that like Genji hasn't really swapped to a hard counter by any means. It's going to depend on the execution, but this is pretty tough. Ball, Ana Kiriko, you got a Sombra as well. That could be tough. Okay, skill check. No. Kai has to play bold though. Kai has to kind of bait dives and try to live. Yeah. I think we'll I wonder if we'll see the double dash perk from Kai here. Or if we'll see the, I forget which one's the major and which one's the minor. Probably see Nano Blade here, but they're going to need a lot of pressure to open up that Nano Blade. There's the Nano, there's the Suzu, there's the Tracer Peel, there's the... They don't even Nano. He just gets the kill on Tracer, it's totally worth. They're going to peel off ball. If they can keep Twilight alive, they can't. Oh, man. Honestly, Genji just kind of goes all in there, and they're just able to trade the backline better because they have the superior position. And that's where, like, you really miss the Brigitte here. The slide is a major? Okay. Is there a big skill gap between OWCS players and regular top 500 players? Yes. Mechanically, yes, there's a big skill gap. But it's not just the mechanics. It's also the ability to... It's experience with knowing pro meta, communication, team play. It's not completely different from ranked. Like, you can have a very, very high-level rank, like a mechanical freak, and he'd do okay in a situation like this, but he might not be able to understand a lot of the communicational aspects. I wouldn't mind just Ultimate's trying to force cart. Oh, man. There's the Nano Boost on the Sojourn, double Sojourn. Will she even get a shot, though? She just doesn't have any space at all. EMP's used. Huge shot by Kai and a Canale. Wow, Kai is hitting some crazy shots here. They just literally dumped their entire ult bank, but honestly, totally worth. This is really awkward for this, and this point's going to be much easier for Sojourn versus Summer. Fewer angles for Sojourn to do. The pros didn't have really strong mentals. I mean, not really. I wouldn't say there's like a big mental gap. It also depends. You have such poor taste when it comes to skins, honestly. I like the Diva swap here. I like the Torb swap, a lot more congested. We might see a swap off of... Man, I don't know what you'd swap off of here. But it also depends on the ranked player. Like, really, certain ranked players are really good mechanically. But it depends on which ranked player you're thinking of. Catch Kai napping. Angle from the Torb is set up by the Kiriko. I really like that. Super greedy with their angle setup here. And as long as they can mark that Tracer, they're not really going to get punished for that split, I don't think. And they're just going to hold the choke. Really weak ult economy when you have Diva Torb. There's the nade, there's the Susu, there's the overload. He's fine. It happened off screen, but you could see it. But the neutral is really strong. It's like it's really easy to just chunk damage. There's the anti-nade, I think. They're still trying to poke out that Torb, but they just cannot isolate that guy. Kev is able to break through left, though. They forgot the mark. Sana, I don't know where Sana was, but Sana kind of gives them that angle for free. Diva as well gives the angle for free, and Kevster has done the damage, so they are going to get a pick. That might allow them to walk forward here sooner rather than later. I would still be really cautious about pushing that Torb. Kev has to be really careful. Yeah, recall's forced. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it is hard to isolate that. Chase is going to go Hazard. I like that swap. It makes more sense with the point. But it's more up to Kev, or Kai, excuse me, to be able to poke that out. Kitsune is used on the angle on the Torbjorn. Fully, he nanos. There's a nano thing. I don't know who he nanos here. Who does he nano? He nanos Kai. They need another kill right there. There's the other nano. There's a nano in response. Double nano here. Frick me, man. That perk is so broken. Oy. Genji swap. I like the Genji swap. Makes a little bit more sense in this map. Like I think overall the ultimate swaps have improved. Thank you for the gifted sub, Serathria. That was very kind of you. Basically, it's like the angles are a lot more congested. So we're gonna go with something that makes more sense with more congestion. Like Genji's a little bit better, doesn't need to flank as much. You got your Hazard, which still has mobility. That Torb turret spot is crazy. I mean, look at that. That turret's gonna take forever to break. You saw how long that took to break, and that was really uncomfortable for them. Look at this. They're so angle max, man. I freaking love watching Genji play these comps. These guys know how to play Ana Kiriko. That's all I'm gonna say. It's so rare to see a team that does that as well. And again, they bait the dive, they pincer. Ultimates have no answer to this for man. They have no answer for this. And I actually don't know if the Juno can solve it. Like, you'd have to do like a speed rotation and flip the point, kind of like what they did on Lijiang Tower Night Market, where they kind of rotated all to one side to clear out an angle. But it's really hard to do that in this map. Is Christopher a fraud? Pepper just immediately goes yes. So that apparently you don't even need my opinion. Just her expert opinion is all that you need. Is Sana a better tracer than Top Dragon? I don't know. Sana was a really good tracer back in the day, but I'm my player opinions of quality are like 2 years outdated, so I will close my mouth. They isolate, they kill, no ultimates used besides Pulse, and Sana gets his one. No way they're gonna commit 2v4 here. Ultimates kite that out, that's smart, and then they can actually re-push now. They should catch Kanale here. He does steal the Mega, but Kanale is, they should sniff him out. They don't sniff him out. That's crazy. That's actually not even a bad nano, like, in hindsight. It was a risky one, but man. Nano? Good. It's a fine nano blade. Good trades. Kitsune and Blade, they should catch the baby. Juno ult's used, should be fine. They don't catch the baby, but Mag is one, so Mag should die. Wall off, Mag should die! Mag dies, okay. We can leave him alone. Honestly, I can't complain from the execution of either team there. That was like really patient from the ultimates. It was probably worth the gamble there with Kanale. That way they didn't get staggered. They had a recontest, but you know, hindsight's 2020 there. Like that could have been a world where that could have gone a lot better. But honestly, well played by the ultimates there at the end. Diamond Shaw, thank you for the gifted sub again. Is Hottie a fraud? Pepper says yes again. Yeah. A fraud in what? As Pepper says. Where do you think Kiriko sits? What? Fraud about what? Not the way that you think he's a fraud. Okay. Where do you think the Kiriko sits after the addition of perks? She was so impressive as a recent. Received multiple nerfs since release. I haven't seen enough Kiriko to see how her perks are being utilized. Like the double TP one, the Suzu speed boost. Those are the ones I'm really looking at, and I haven't seen enough to really know how good she is. Mag fan club MAGA. Oh, yeah. I'm curious to see how Genji tackles this. Attack Torb is difficult.
On first, especially on defense, because you're not really holding down the point at all. You're just trying to...
Attack Torb is difficult here. Maybe do you chat? I don't know how the perks work. I felt like you kept your charge moving into the next point. Are you able to keep the major perk? Heavy rockets over shield from DM. Probably because he wasn't really taking much space or angles. He was kind of playing more mark the card. I don't know. I'm not as familiar with the upsides of heavy rockets. Dog, thank you for the sub. Hey, Vane. What's up, mate? You keep all perks. So then, yeah, then Attack Torb can work because you can actually... He has the distance placement turret, right? So... Especially if you know that they're going to be on Tracer Ball. You see what he did with Turret there. He knows they're going to be diving here, so just kind of like let it happen to you, you know? Just woke up from a good nap. Nice, mate. Glad you slept well. I think Avril depends on how you're positioning. But I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't understand the upside of the Mega rockets besides the fact that they're easier to hit. You keep perks in overtime rounds. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Thank you for the fact-checking, real American patriots. Woo, no! Probably worth it, though. They get a lot of space from that, so even if he does trade, his team is actually set up. Twilight should die. Oh my gosh. Twilight lives and Sana dies. That's crazy, bro. 25 more damage at close range. Okay, so... Interesting. He's got the Mega Slam. Or no, he doesn't have the Mega Slam perk. I can't tell. Mercy gets her perks way too slowly. Was that because of so much of her damage? So much of her is damage boosting? I've been hearing some of that. Oh. Oh! Caught him with a pants down. My boy Kev. Hashtag stir the pot.
And this is what we've hoped to see out of this dynamic DPS duo all stage.
Yeah, bro.
Feels like this is they can keep that up. That's what we came on this team. A good amount of time left for Genji to work with, and we're also going
I'm alright. What are you doing? So trying to bait dive here. They know they've got like mines. The mines is the big one on the punishment rotation here. That's what you got to be scared of. They're trying to mark. They're using Torb as bait. They're using Diva as bait. They're trying to clear angles out early. They get a little pressure on the Tracer. They walk forward. Point pressure. There's the Nano. It's not a good Nano. Like, just not a good Nano. It felt very forced. I don't think that's necessarily Twilight's fault, but maybe a bit of a miscommunication there. No angles. They marked the right side, and they stopped it from following up the dive. And then also, Canale's rotation was just too good. That's a death, though, so... A lot of ults being dumped here. This is kind of bad. This could be really bad for Genji here. Because you're basically just dumping your ult bank and you don't have any space. I wonder, frick me, man. How do you attack this with Torb? Where's your final rotation? Where's your resting space here? Where do you go? Like, point's not going to work. Do you try to rotate right? Like, attackers right? Do you go full coast? I feel like you just get booped off the map. Yeah, they give up. They go Sombra. Wait, where did my thing go? Oh, no. No sound? It should be very quiet, but you guys should still hear a little bit. Avril, I love you. Man, come on. One check mark shows up in chat and you guys are just fawning over him. Good mark by Kev here. He just needs to keep the pressure up. He doesn't need to get a kill. Just keep the pressure up. Don't get hacked and you're cooking, my friend. Ah, Sky got hacked. Well, that's unfortunate. Come on, Sky. Toggle, my friend. The opposal authority? That's right. Well, that's unfortunate. They're going to go Juno? No way they go for Juno for touch. I don't think... Does Crispy think Juno's good here? Is Juno good here? I don't think so. A little too fragile to ball Tracer, I feel like. But maybe not. The Oinkinator. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, they swap out the carry kill. Okay, so it was just a speed boost thing. Yeah, Mag 8 Pulse. Mag is eating good, guys. They're just going to kind of force cart. You can kind of see how there's space right now. They're expecting the Nano combo. So, like, Ana's like playing like Narnia all the way across the map. Both Anas, really. It's a decent anti-nade. There's the Nano. Can they LOS it? Yes, they can. They cannot. Crispy freaking dies. That was sussed out the block. Mercy's just bad still? Yeah, that's probably more likely. Really high value Nano there, all things considered. It didn't feel... I mean, yeah. Freaking works. Do you think perks have greatly affect pro play? I do. I don't think they make good teams bad or bad teams good, but I do think they do. Avril probably has been following a little bit more than I do, so his opinion is going to be a little bit more educated than mine. They're looking for Nano on something. Yeah. That was something. That sucks. Hey, but you know what? Perks. Hashtag perks. So I can still get value out of the Nano Azana, right? See, look at her carrying. Look at that. Incredible. You have one more day of following it than you do right now. Hey, that's like, I've watched one map. Okay, so you're way ahead of me. Hashtag perks. That's my boy. Perks it. Only you're allowed to say it. Nice guy. Never doubted you, my friend. Always knew. Skyman Believer, guys. Skyman Believer. How many hashtags can we come up with today? We had Stir the Pot. Kev Stirred the Pot. Skyman Believer. Canailing it. Magnificent. What is Sana cooking? I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, actually. Okay.
Ultimates end up taking Blizzard World.
Sorry,
Go ahead, Zone back.
No, I heard you.
Well,
I just,
there we go. They're unable to push. Double flex 2 OP. Top Dragon lost in the sauce. Are perks live in OWCS? That they are. Yes, they are, my friend.
And in a dive mirror,
They aren't trying an on a brig comp. Yeah, I think what it is, Zebra, is I think that ball maybe is just too good, right? And on a brig with ball just doesn't make a lot of sense. And maybe double flex is really good. Like, you can get a lot of utility out of it. But I know what you're saying. Like, I think it's more of the map, and that double flex is really good. But I still think that on a brig it could be good. But you may be right. Maybe, like, they haven't solved the meta, and, like, maybe, like, on a brig, Winston, Tracer, Sojourn could, like, dumpster that or something. I'm not honestly sure. Well, the thing with pros is they generally take a lot more damage without dying. Like, if you want to talk about the difference between ult charge and, like, perk charge for, like, the average rank player, a lot of perks, a lot of lower rank, and even just rank players in general, because there's a lack of cohesion and communication and coordination, is you have what I call terminal damage, where it ends in death, usually. Whereas in this play, it's like either their cover usage is better, their cohesion and communication is better, where people will take a lot of damage, but they won't die. And so, you know, they'll build perks fast, but there's a lot of damage being done, but nobody quite dies and then resets. Is Spylo a fraud? Yes. Hey, Kay. Takes a lot of damage and won't die. Exactly, Avril. I mean, Marvel Rivals is like, I mean, that's it, right? That's just it right there. Like, you think it's the same kind of it's more patience in pro play in general, more deliberation, a lot of like shuffling and fighting for the good things. Now just imagine that with like heavy sustain, and then that's basically that's why sustain comps are like infinitely more cringe to watch at high level play. It was us against the world. I can't tell you. Yeah, that's probably right, Red Knight, that they're not really limit testing a lot of the comps that they're running, just based off of the fact that like they've put a lot of time into playing these comps. So unless there's like some super low-hanging fruit here, hang on a second, y'all.
They are guaranteed to be in the 5th or 6th seed heading into the playoffs, which means one life. That's
hang on. What do you absolutely adore about pro play?
so right now,
You. Just you, mate. I freaking love your pro play. Big fan of your pro play. Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, what did Avril say? Literally had somebody make this argument about me? What did Sarah Lee say? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. What heroes do you think benefits the most of pro play from perks? I don't know. I feel like Ana's a pretty big one, right? Tracer? Ana Tracer, maybe? Just off the top of my head. All right, I think we have our guest here. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm going to go and spoil it with the stream title. Ah! Okay, wait, we're good. Oh, bless me, I'm starving. Why is there like smooth jazz? Listen to this, y'all. Tuesday. When I was a kid, I freaking loved smooth jazz. I don't really know why. I just did. I assume most people don't know how to play them on the line. Tracer Sojourn. We could see a Queen Brawl comp soonish. Could be, yeah. This is no red. Are you listening to the OWCS music right now? Do you hear this? This is there's like no hesitation right now. Like somebody went full out here. No bubblegum like EDM crap. They're just like, this is soul right now. This is what I'm feeling.
Yeah, they play this one every stream. It's great.
Really?
Yeah,
oh man, shoot. Well, there was like one from like way back in the day. Shoot, Pepper, what was the one really sick EDM song from back? Yeah. They played back in like 2019 in Overwatch League.
Let's do this.
No, I can't remember. Hang on, I gotta find this. I heard there were really good games last night. The Kyrian stuff is really good. Can you deny or confirm?
I kind of slept through Crazy Raccoon versus Falcons. That's all. I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it. But
Heat Wave.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Heat Wave. Oh, you said that? Yeah. Oh, my bad. Heat Wave. I'm sorry. I interrupted. Go ahead.
Yeah, we had some decent ones though, like Zeta Way. I mean, I feels like every team is playing something different. Generally, like, I don't even know. Like, there are some patterns we've seen. Like, some teams trying to play Baptiste too, which was interesting. But like Kiri, I think is pretty strong right now for sure. Like, that's a pretty popular one. But and I do think Kiri is like really strong. I think things like Ana Kiri are better too because of the perks. But yeah.
Oh no. Which perk do you think is it?
For Kiri?
Yeah.
I think you're pretty much always taking the shuffling for the minor perk. It's like I've seen players pick both, but I think the damage one is the one where people are kind of taking it. Yeah, that's what I see the most.
Yeah. It's interesting. Heat Wave by Tony Romero. I'm pretty sure it was played at some point, but yeah. So in my chat was asking me who were like the biggest winners for pro play so far. I was thinking like maybe Ana Tracer. I'm not really sure. What do you think?
I mean, I think the only issue for Tracer is that she's still like really hard to kind of like play right now. Yeah. A lot of teams are still like just running other stuff because the Torb is in the way. And if Torb's banned, I mean Tracer's like really good. But until that Torb ban comes through, I think it's a little difficult. I think Ana's kind of a big winner. Kiriko's a winner as well. It's unclear who the other ones though are though. Like for tanks, everyone's like kind of like going back and forth with what tanks they want to play, and what kind of play style they want to go with. I think Venture could potentially be considered a winner as well, from what I've watched. I think Venture has looked a little more flexible, looked a little better in more situations. I think they're more playable in a lot more situations.
That would be the is it the ult change?
The ult change is really powerful. It's insanely powerful. That minor perk. I mean, I don't think I've seen any Venture player not go with that minor perk. And Nano Venture is like very strong as well if you combine the Ana and the Venture. And with the major perk, I've seen both. Most go with the range. Some go with the shields.
I heard that they nerfed it, or they bug fixed it, because it used to work on Rocket, or the Drill Dash, which I don't think it was supposed to. It was supposed to be only the melee. But I think they've nerfed that. I don't know if that's live with what they're doing, but yeah.
It was only supposed to work on the melee, then, yeah, I think... Then I definitely think the range is a bit better, because, like, the range also is so funny. I watched a team, like, run Venture on Control Center for Lijiang, which is already good, but... the other team was running Pharah, I think. I forget exactly what it was. It might have been Wei versus Zeta. And I think Wei were running the Venture, and they just sniped the Pharah out of the sky every time with the Venture. Like,
wow, really?
The Venture's job was actually to mark the Pharah. Yeah.
That's crazy. What map was it?
It was Lijiang, and it was like on Control Center, so it was a little more enclosed, but still, like the Venture could effectively mark it.
So that was the range buff then, I guess.
Yes.
That's crazy.
With the range buff.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I don't know. There's like, it's kind of fun watching these guys like live time experiment. Like, talk about competitive integrity. I guess it's kind of thrown out the window, but it's fun. So, I'm not coaching, so I don't care. I get to benefit from it. So, whatever. Oh man.
No, wow, I kind of agree.
Diametrically opposed here. Look at these comps.
Oh yeah.
Far good
basically,
here.
like, I think I've watched one mirror from NA, EMEA, and Korea like for all of them, only one, and it was on this map. It was a hazard mirror, and that was it.
Interesting.
Like a full
Interesting. Venture ban as well.
Yeah. I guess with the Malga comp, they could run that.
Yeah, true. I didn't think about that. Just cardiac Venture, just like the old school days.
That's actually pretty funny. So I don't know if you noticed, if you were looking at it earlier. Top Dragon has a little issue with using ultimates.
Okay.
It's kind of a plot line now with Gen G, is where Top Dragon, I mean, I literally made a video on how he managed to miss 5 barrages and like fail
Wait,
every
really?
single one.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Do you
in
think
one
it's a
map.
communicational thing, or is it just like memes?
I don't know. Like some of the barrages he does make no sense, but they took him off Pharah. They have Son on Pharah, and honestly, I don't blame them.
True.
Like I think they actually had to take him off Pharah here.
Wow.
Pretty funny.
Ridiculous.
Sorry, I have not eaten lunch, so I'm just shoveling food into my gullet. So I apologize.
No, you're all good. I get it. I woke up, made a bagel, ate it, and then immediately just got to it.
Brilliant. Oh, nice shot.
Ooh.
Which comp do you like better here?
That's a good question. I mean, with the bans, I think I'm not sure I like Faith on Brig. I'm not sure I like Faith on Brig. Now Genji are on Juno Kiri. Okay. I might like Genji's a tiny bit more because I don't agree with the Brig pick, but I think also they started
Why
on
not?
it and they haven't died yet. So, like, I think a Lucio there, or no, Lucio's banned. Sorry. You could go like maybe a Juno or something or a Kiri instead of the Brig. I think I'd like that.
You're
more,
basically saying
especially 'cause,
there's nothing really to whip, you know?
yeah. I mean, you can like. You can go for whips on the Malga and like proc Inspire that way, but I feel like also the rally is like a little less useful than like a Kitsune. Like yeah,
I mean,
you can
you've
play a
got-
more aggressive style of Brig, you can adapt it, but it's
Yeah.
like it's playable, but it's harder.
That's the thing. If I was like coaching a ranked player, I'd be like, yo, these are some of the adjustments you can make. But at this point in time, like if you're playing at this level, it's like you probably should be playing at least what's close to optimal whenever you can.
Yeah, here I think Faith is just gonna hold on to the ultimate, but yeah, I mean, you, every time you walk out of spawn, you're kind of making a gamble on what you're gonna run into. So it's I think that was just an incorrect gamble there, which is unfortunate. But yeah, Top Dragon, nice shot there. That should.
Yeah, I'm kind of
actually-
with you. I'm trying to think what would I swap to. Like I don't know Faith's hero pool as well, besides just hey main support player. So I don't know what his
True.
pocket pick is. You know, like
Yeah.
Ana Kiriko could be fine here. Like you said, on a Juno could be okay. Feels a little bit awkward.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a little more awkward. I mean, if Faith can Kiriko, I think that would be optimal. But also, we don't know.
Yeah.
So, if considering we don't know, it's
Yeah. Ooh, double nano and Sojul. Winnable. That Nog
Yeah.
is dead. By the way, timing wise, I'm 604, 603, 602. I don't know where you are. I mean, I could try and speed up.
Oh, we're
slow.
around the same spot. We're
Okay,
pretty much perfect.
Nice.
I'm like 1 second ahead of you.
Perfect. Okay.
But just barely able to
Well, that was a hard fight to win with Brig. Like, obviously, like you're kind of stuck in the Brig now, but at least you have space, right? You don't have to walk out of
Yeah.
the choke into double poke.
well, it's good enough to get
Yeah.
close to that checkpoint. And now the ultimates, like they gotta win a clean
Should be able to kite Juno ult here if they are able to keep that pressure up. Oof.
Ooh.
I also think the Brig is actually underrated for perks as well. I think too.
I mean, yeah, Brig definitely. We've seen less Brig. That
Yeah.
was a question I got a lot yesterday. Was like
Yeah.
we saw a ton less Brig, and I can see that. Yeah, I mean the Inspire perk's pretty good, and I think you're always going with the crit healing as well. Like
Yeah,
those two are
agreed.
kind of just
Agreed.
better.
Agreed.
But
tracer. Like again, you're
they
That's
are
like
good.
Yeah. Oh, there's moving barrage. Juno ult for us. They're still able to hold the space. Mines are used. I don't feel like that's a too bad 2-for-1. It kind of sucks with the Juno ult, but... Oh, no, I'm dumb. They use Juno ult.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 1-for-1. Oh, mines. Sorry, mines. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Chase shouldn't have died there. You know, man, actually, now that I'm looking at it more, Juno feels actually freaking amazing here.
still so good.
There's no tracer.
Yeah.
You've got a cage.
You could like
kinda
take
agree.
any rotation you want. Like it's just like you're literally just like playing like
Look at how far
like Genji parkour. Do anything you want. Rotate anywhere that you want.
Yeah, the Juno Kiri is like a situational backline that I've been kind of like liking more and more. I think, especially with the Kiri perks there, like having
Yeah.
the Kiri is good. And then,
Yeah.
you know, the Kiri Juno, it's very susceptible to dives and like things like that, but it's just a ball. It's
yeah,
just a
yeah,
ball.
exactly.
You're
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Do you just bail on the Pharah here then? Do you just go Soj Tracer? Or do you think that's too much of a... You still need to play the map with the Pharah? Crimson, thanks for the sub.
I think you could make the swap, but they're gonna swap right back. Maybe.
True,
It's
true,
a
yeah.
good- it's a good question. Like, Kevster is doing pretty well in the Pharah, so
Yeah, I wouldn't overthink it
think-
now, but yeah.
yeah, I think they can get away with it here. Like, it's not like the worst decision to stick with it.
Yeah. Maybe it just goes back to your point earlier where it's like, okay, maybe we just mirror the Juno, don't worry about it. Okay, well, there you go. Bam. Briggs getting, I don't even know where Sauna was. I feel like he just whipped down.
Yeah.
I don't know how
think
he was. I don't know how he would have gotten that kill. Oh, wow.
Top Dragon is actually doing really well with Sojolt, apparently.
Yeah, that was a good pocket.
These are like the best ults I've seen from him, unfortunately, in like 2 matches on this map. So yeah, they had a rough time against Peps yesterday. They lost to Peps, which was like a big upset.
Who's on Peps again?
That's the Exodial, Eisnom.
Okay. A lot of the newer
Who
names.
else? Yeah. Yeah, it's the French team, kinda. Although Ice is German, I think.
Yeah. Would OWCS players do better in rank than top 500 players in general? Well, these guys are generally like top 50 players or top 25 players. So yes.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
teams do keep them back and forth.
Yeah. Well, this is a big one for the Ultimates. I mean, this is going to be a big one, period, looking at the ult bank here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sana.
wow.
That's no good. Yeah, and then the concussive like inverse. That's
Yeah.
that's the one I've seen from basically every Pharah. Like
Yeah,
it's just been
and
a
coordinated
requirement.
play seems really good. Now, in rank play, there's... Oh, that was a good use of it right there. Wow. My theory crafting with that one in rank was kind of interesting, because I feel like if I was playing... I don't know if I would pick Concussive Blast if I was playing Pharah and ranked on this particular map, with how much you have to move around, because you forfeit a lot of your movement when you pick that one, because you're like, oh, I could pull myself, yeah, but you have to be near a wall, and if you're playing Pharah, you're usually playing on a wall to knock yourself away and not to pull yourself in. But I guess if you're playing in coordinated play, like having a halt just feels like a must almost.
Yeah. I mean, I've almost thought about calling it just Pharah pull. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I mean,
think of names
yeah.
for things.
Yeah,
That might be the
Pharah pull,
easiest
yeah.
thing to call it, but yeah. Ooh, almost went
Almost-
for the
yeah, I was gonna say.
inverse on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Sana. Okay.
Oof. Oh,
Yeah,
what a
they're
3-0.
actually straight up tied right now. I just realized that.
Yeah. Oh, wow, really? Yeah, no point. That's the Diva swap. Cassidy swap. Kitsune's late. They need a trade now. Oh, no.
Yeah, haven't seen much Cassidy. Definitely like a ball counter pick, basically. That's all he is.
Yeah.
But
Dingoes, thank you for the gift of subs, mate. Thank you. Enjoy the skin, mate.
interesting. See if they can take lead here. That could be really big.
Yeah, and then now we go full dive. And now I think I like the Ultimates comp a bit better here.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I do too.
The Winston Tracer now. I mean, obviously you have a space disadvantage, but yeah. It just feels like Cass is really good, but it just comes down to like, can you keep up? Can you rotate on this big of a map, you know?
Well, I think we should be playing off a high ground here. I don't like this positioning at all. I don't like this at all.
There's nowhere to TP to. Maybe it doesn't
Yeah.
matter though. He's 1 HP. He's my
yeah,
goodness
Chase died.
gracious.
Okay. That worked. Yeah, they like dropped off. They were like indecisive on whether they wanted to swing that corner or not, and they all like
Yeah.
sat there and they're like, oh, do we do this? Maybe that's not a good idea. and then
Yeah.
and
Dude,
then Chase came in there, but
It pains me to watch like Kai's hero pool, you know. There's nothing you could do about it, you know, and there's still a lot of reward, but it just feels so old school, you know. Hello?
Ooh. Top Dragon. Okay.
Shield break on Brig. I think Twilight tried to play shield, but Faith's shield broke.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, that's like the best Top Dragon ult ever. Okay. Okay.
2 in a row. You
Yeah.
caster blessed him. That's what happened.
I did. He heard me. He needed like he awakened.
How kind of you. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird to see, like, you know, Kai's, like, basically, we were talking about on Li Zhang, just, like, they're able to run Pharah Tracer, and we're stuck running Sojourn Tracer, basically. Like, and that's tricky
Yeah.
because we were talking about it earlier, like, why are they running Juno Kiriko? Because there's no Tracer. Why is there no Tracer? Because we have to keep Kevster on Pharah, because he's also our Pharah player, right? So it's like, I don't know. It's tough. It's like, it's obviously like when there is a hard hit scan meta, it feels really nice to have somebody like them. But I don't know. It feels like we haven't really had a hard hit scan meta in a long time.
Yeah.
Like I don't like in a long time. Like Cassidy has been the one that's hit or miss occasionally. Sojourn as well, but I don't know.
It's almost like Kai kind of needs to be a third on a team, and you have to have like 2 flex DPS, kind of go with that. Yeah. Build of a team, but
yeah.
I honestly like when I saw the Ultimates roster, when I saw like also just Kai there, I was kind of doubting, and I think that this is kind of showing that too. And with hero bans, it makes things a lot worse,
Yeah, because you could target his like on a good hit scan map. Like I don't know what I assume the Ultimates are going to try to force one here, but you just ban one of the heroes and you kind of narrow your problems, right? Like you can ban Sojourn, you can ban Ashe, you can ban Cassidy or whatever, and really kind of focus him to stay on a character that you can kind of play around.
Right. Yeah. I think. What do you think of the Winston perks? Because I feel like
I think they're really good.
Ooh.
I think they're really good.
I see everyone picking the primal one. I agree with that. I think the destructible one needs adjusted. That one.
Oh, that one is terrible. Yeah, that one's terrible.
Yeah.
It's way too. It works on shields though. It works on shields. I don't think people realize that, but that's also still pretty niche, right?
I believe it only works on certain shields.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that. So there you go. So I thought I was level 2, but you're level 3.
So from my knowledge, I looked up, so I saw it counts for deployables. I looked up what a deployable is, right? So something like Orisha's shield or Sigma's shield count as a deployable. But something like Reinhardt's shield, which is connected to him, isn't actually something that is deployed on the map. So I believe that doesn't count. But like, I don't like Winston's perk much, and I think it's like kind of a good example of a bad perk because my thought on it was it's not usually the Winston's job or what the Winston should be doing to break shields or break turrets or deployables, right?
Yeah,
you don't want your Winston wasting your jump or like all of that on that. Usually it's like your main support, like your Lucio maybe or
anything
people.
with range.
Depends on the comp.
Right?
Anything with range really is going to break the turrets, things like that, do that cleanup work.
I think it's just weird.
Overwatch 1 days, like Lucio was the cleanup crew, but nowadays we have all kinds of different comps.
If it like worked on all shields and we were like running 6v6 again, then maybe. But
yeah, maybe.
But I agree with you. I think the thing that I think people are underrating, and I'm surprised I haven't seen more of it. I think Chase was using the chain lightning on the second round.
Yes.
I don't like that. I think do people not realize the bubble perk works on yourself?
They do, and the chain lightning. So this is what I've seen and heard. Korea's been using chain lightning a little bit. I don't know how much.
We cannot think for ourselves, I guess.
I know. I think this is actually a case of just Korea doing something everybody else follows.
It's 240 healing if you use it on yourself. 240 healing for everybody in the bubble, including the Winston.
I know. I thought that one was like the given perk to go with, but the chain lightning, the idea was that we can charge primal faster, especially for like close to it before a fight. And I guess it kind of works to do that. And apparently it's not too bad to do that. So
I mean, it's good. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's useful, right? But I mean, it's fun for sure. But also, like, I don't know, like you alt fire, you get what, like a couple at best, 1 or 2. I don't know. I find building for primal seems such like a I don't know. It feels like forest for the trees for me. Maybe I'm wrong. It's like, oh, we're gonna build primal faster. Yeah, you can come up with like a million reasons why you'd use chain lightning. But here's an idea: when you jump, you have 240 self healing. like that's 2 armor packs on you. Like maybe I'm just Neanderthal a little bit here, but that seems good. like maybe it's not that complicated.
Yeah,
but
I think the reason why they might not take it, like that healing is really good, right? But a lot of the time your bubble explodes. Like, especially in pro play.
That's true.
The bubble
That's actually
explodes,
a good point.
so you might only get a bit of healing from it. Like, because for a lot of your hits, like the bubble actually only lasts a second. I'm gonna be honest.
That's true. That's true.
Really, especially if you go like straight back.
Yeah. So that would be the counterpoint. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I feel like in like those mid-fight brawl situations where you like come back and you throw your bubble on your brig or something, and you have your brig brawl. That's like it's so good for that, and that's where the bubble might last a little longer, where it's like the fight has kind of devolved a bit. But like for those initial hits where you're just trying to create a bit of space, I mean, the entire enemy team is going to look at you a lot of the time.
Sure.
And it's going to explode. And if the other team actually knows you're running that perk, they might blow it up faster.
That's true. That's true. But then
might
that
change
you're
their
kind of
play
forcing them to. Well, but yeah, but that's also a good thing in of itself, right? You kind of dictate the
that's
terms of the
true.
engagement. But I actually that you make a good point. Like if the bubble lasts 2 or 3 seconds and you're only getting 70, 60, 80 healing, I don't know. I don't even know if I necessarily buy the ult charge one because that also feeds ult charge. Like you build ult charge healing your teammates and healing yourself too. But yeah, I don't know. If it doesn't last as long, then yeah, that's probably the main thing.
Yeah, I think that's why. I think that's the reason, because like on paper it definitely looks like the better one, but then like when you realize.
All right, well we're gonna see it here.
Explodes.
We're gonna see
We
it
will,
here.
we will.
Well, I'm gonna get my stopwatch for these bubbles now. See how long they last.
No, it's a good question though. I think it is like a that major perk. That decision between the two is very controversial. I think the most controversial perks though are the Sojourn ones. I've seen every single Sojourn build possible in one day.
Yeah. It's tricky though. I guess it depends on like the slide. Okay, I gotta talk about this comp from Genji. Turret dive. Pylon for your Ashe and yourself, and then you go like full greed double poke. 100% they swap the EDR in second. I don't know what you think about it, but
Yeah, I don't like the Alari here at all.
I mean, it makes sense. There's logic for first point because you're not really rotating much, you know. But
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely unique.
It is. I've seen. Actually, last night there was a really weird comp that I think it was Wei were running it, and they actually somehow won with it. I think they won that one. It was on Gardens, and it was Alari Kiriko on Li Jiang. Like it was really really out there.
Weird.
Yeah, it was. I forget what the tank was, but it was like it was like maybe a ball or something.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what they decided to do. It might have been a diva with it, I think, actually.
Yeah.
It was Hazard. No, sorry, it was Hazard. Curie Alari, I think.
Interesting.
I'm all over the place, sorry.
No,
My memory's
there's a
failing
lot-
me.
Well, there's a lot of comps to think about, as you were saying. There's like so much variety.
Yeah,
this
every
is
team
when-
is figuring out different things.
Yeah, this is when you wish you weren't on an EDRE. There's no way you retake this with EDRE. No way. Watch me jinx
They're gonna
myself.
try. Ooh, C9. Okay.
There appears to be a visual bug here. They're winning this fight. Wait, no, they're not. See? Never mind. Never doubted. Yeah, they swap. Would you swap the Ashe, or would you stay Ashe because you still have the high ground? Maybe go Kyrie Ashe? I don't know. Man, the
I feel
way
like
they
keeping
stay
Top
there.
Dragon and Hitscan might actually be a legitimately good idea because Top Dragon and Pharah is an experience. So I would probably just go like Keurig or Brig. You could like play more into the Brig style of things. I think the Brig could be really good.
I think Break could be good, yeah.
Yeah. But I think Crispy is more of the double flex
just-
kind of angle.
I'm just shocked to see Ethan Yari still. I guess they're playing for Ultimate. I guess the real thing is, like, do they swap? Because the fall off, man, this is just brutal.
Yeah. Oh wow, that really does like no damage. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're doing nothing. You can't peel. I mean, the best thing you could do is maybe, like, mark a tracer angle, but this is brutal. Well, we get the space out, so maybe. But you cannot peel a dive, like, at all. You just trade and then expectate. I mean,
This is interesting.
This is EDRE. Here comes the swap. I'm betting Kiriko. I'm not sure what your bets are.
Yeah, I think Kiriko is what Crispy's 100%.
I would
gonna
still
go.
love to see Brigitte experiment with it more, but probably not the guy to play it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. That's not his style there.
In case you're wondering, I'm still stuffing my face, so you know.
You're all good. Keep
Almost
Keep going.
Force cart
Yeah.
for ultimates, push cart, the good old war of attrition on escort. Just don't die and push cart over and over and over again, then blow all your ultimates in one big barrage. Oh, that's not a good
Let's
buff.
see here. Yeah, you can't really do anything with that.
Yeah,
Top
there's
Dragon
nobody-
Ultimate.
They're not really pushing off of it either, right? Like they're not really taking space, so.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Wow!
Top Dragon experience. Oh my goodness. Okay. That happened.
Wow, he keeps bubble too. Okay,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Oh,
Uh-oh, Kai.
wait.
You know, this is where you feel the Ana Kiriko here, where it's like these devolved fights and just people just die. Like Brig just has that stabilization, you know, where like you get an advantage and just armor packs and inspire and Like, you just don't let people die when you're up, you know? But, like, we've seen so many fights where, like, oh, we're up one, but then just because it's on a Kiriko, like, there's not really a guaranteed protection or pocket, you know? You can just still just get trades, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I look at that Kai death there, and I'm like, there's no way if they have break pocket that he dies there. I'm not saying the Kiriko's bad, it's just like, oh, wow.
Oh, Top Dragon Pharah?
Oh.
Top Dragon Pharah without ultimate is so good.
Doubters and shambles.
No. He just doesn't have his ultimate yet.
That's true. Okay.
No, he's actually good when he doesn't have his ult. I'm not kidding.
Okay. All right.
This guy is just the goat without his ult. Okay.
Wait, who else was like that? I don't know. You could make an argument for Lip, but I think that was a bit of a stretch. I just think Lip had less issues with using ultimates in medium value situations, which I think is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
AKM Genji? No, AKM was not a good Genji. Wait, look, Nano Sojourn or just Sojourn? Wow, that's it.
That's a fight win. Yeah, it's funny because like, yeah, I think Brig could be good here, but both teams have their flex support players in. They can't do it unless they they go on comfort. So
that's true.
But really turning up in a big way on the Sojo in the last couple of maps. It's good to see Kai just showing some of his true form.
Kevster, honestly, somebody says. I haven't followed Kevster as much on Genji.
Even a rush committed by the ultimates to guarantee this.
Man, they blew double supportal? Wow. Do you see that?
That's yeah. It was a little much.
Well, I mean, you got a bit of a stagger here. Might be able to catch more. Is that Crispy without a TP or no? No. Well, maybe. Ooh. No, I think he's okay. You swap the Pharah here when you get a chance, or do you stay?
You swap. You definitely swap. Top Dragon is ult though. I'm oh, he's 1 HP and he has ult. Okay, he didn't use it. Okay. Yeah, you can hold on to that to like burn chase kinda. Maybe oh no, the primal's there though. You have to be careful.
Yeah. You look at that and you're like, dude, he's gonna have to Suzu that barrage, otherwise he's just gonna die with the primal. But the irony is that now he has moving barrage, so do you just miss the Suzu? That would be the ultimate irony.
Yeah.
Alright, this will be fun.
We'll see. Actually, we need to look at what perks the Winston players are using. We need to. We need to see if we get a Winston POV here. Hey, Nano, Top Dragon. Does he? No. No.
Wait, never mind. No way! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh wow! Okay. Hello.
That seems... Top Dragon.
Wait, no way, Mag? Mag
it's a Top Dragon ultimate. Oh, Mag didn't. Oh. Yeah, you just experienced a Top Dragon ultimate though. That's Top Dragon Barrage.
Hey, listen, he didn't die. We're
true.
That's good.
That is improvement.
Dragon. Oh, Pulse got. Oh, Nano. They nanoed the Pulse. Wait, Kai's just gonna die anyway. He's not going to die. Mag is gonna use Primal now. They need to catch Kev. Kev needs to die.
Oh, nice.
Wow, bro. Like, again, you see what I'm saying about like the Anakiri? Like that's like a perfect example right there. Like that Primal was like 6 years ago. Like that guy. There was
chain landing, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're good shout.
Yeah. So I think
you know what?
Winston
Okay.
Players.
How much of it is on a Kiriko versus how much of it is just the Primal perk? Because it's free damage,
question.
you know? Because you don't even need to fully charge. It's just like an extra 15, 20 damage, you know?
I do think Mag just had really good primals there, though. I think the timing was good. I think the mechanics were good. Like, the primal does make a difference, but I do think it's the Ana Kiriko that makes it just, like, a trade duel, you know? Like, fundamentally, that's, like, what defines the flow of it. But I do think that maybe the primal makes a bit of a difference in, like, a few kills there, but I don't think it's, like... I don't think it entirely changes the flow of the game.
True. You don't... Well, you don't... Like, the one thing... Weird thing about the primal perk is everyone's like, oh, it's bad, it's inconsistent, but you don't have to like change how you primal at all. It's just free damage because you just get like a quarter charge and it's just like an extra little bit of damage. It's just free damage.
Pick it in primal like normal. You don't change anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can like try and maximize it a little bit. I think the time when you can maximize it is on your first jump. Like your first
agreed. It depends on the comp too. Like this is not a comp where you'd see a fully charged primal, but if you're in ranked and you're playing versus a Widowmaker, like you get a chance to pop your primal and just go up and down and they can't movement ability away. Like it was funny when we were doing the perks and spotlight. I was playing with Gushue, and my guy would just jump straight up, and the Zen would just be totally clueless, have no idea, and he'd just land just one shot. It's like
That's so
poor
funny.
like plat
That's actually
streamer
so
and
funny.
Gushue's out there with a primal perk. I'm like, all right, buddy, you're gone. It's over. But yeah.
Surprised if we see a little coming out the gates, but look at the backline for Ultra.
How long was I up last night? I was up till 8 a.m.
Holy crap.
And that's when I crashed. The game was still going at 8 a.m. I was like, yeah, I have to stop stream. I slept through most of the the match anyways, but I was like, yeah, I just need to like get into the bed and actually like get good rest.
Yeah.
Korea just went on for so long. I mean, it was
It feels like it's impossible to keep up with everything now. It's just like you have to choose your battles, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's insane that Commander X and Hunter try and like do all of it. I think it's
That is insane.
For Hunter, it's actually too much. Like I was messaging him earlier, and he was like, I basically get no sleep before match sometimes when I do Korea.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not a good thing.
Because he's also coaching, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I think these guys prepare for the 100 bits. Ultimates win these. We'll see.
I like the Ana Zen a little better from like, I don't know if they can play it, Genji, but I feel like Ana Zen has at least a chance to carry over a little bit better. It's still super high risk, but at least you know there's a reward there. Who else ran Ana Zen? We saw it more in Blizzard World, not as much on this map, but
Yeah.
I guess the question is are you going to have space to run it? Because I think retaking with Zenyo is going to be agony.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
And we got the Alari on attack. This is weird comps here.
I feel like the EDR is just because they have the point and shoot hit scan, you know? Like, just drop your pylon for yourself in your Ash, I feel like. But, yeah, I agree with you. It is a very strange... Because if you connect with EDR, she's just gone. There's no... She can't kill you. She can't avoid you. She just dies.
Yeah. The Tracer here, I mean, I think Kevster has a lot of opportunities if...
Remind me later, Deacon.
when Genji go for their hit. You just...
Yeah.
have to play it slow, but you have to really watch out for that. Like, it's gonna spend a lot of time marking. Oh, there it is. Oh,
How did that go? Like,
too.
that's crazy. I thought for sure that was gonna hit. Oh, okay.
Top Dragon, your team is dead.
Oh. Unbind this man's Q.
Yeah. You're seeing what I'm saying though, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not insane.
no, I get you. I think it's just the voices. Oh wow, they're gonna go.
Okay.
I mean, this ult's pretty good versus Zen if they can connect. They don't connect. No, disaster. Oh no. Okay, they caught Canale. Oh man, that's it. They're cooked. That was the fight too. I think crispy swaps. I'm betting the farm crispy swaps. We might even see a top dragon swap too. Maybe they go. I'm Farakiri. I don't know. That's my prediction. Farakiri. Okay, I'm half right. Wait. Come on.
Oh wait.
Wait. Kiri Lucio. What do you do now? Echo. Yeah.
Echo. Okay.
They're just gonna try to connect with Ana Zen, I guess.
Yeah. Just all in with the primal and hope
Yeah,
it
I
works.
suppose.
Yeah, he's gonna go
Oh,
behind.
man, it's tough though. You just nano the Zen, you know. I feel like Kai is gonna be that. Kai is the vulnerable point here. I don't think. Yeah, you're right. This is a good stage. Because you could just nano, like, it's crazy. You have triple support ult, basically.
This is so good.
Oh, no. Twilight. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That nano was, like, we needed that.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Because if you nano that, they're cooked. Nano on Zen and on Ana, I think, at that point.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, they're
I kind of
cooked.
forgot that, like, yeah. It's just...
Yeah, you just don't die.
It's so funny because at first, you know, I was thinking, oh, it's like, you know, it's not that good, right? It's just like a little damage off your ultimate, whatever. And it's like, oh, it's a defensive.
Yeah,
perk.
it's
And it's one of
straight
the
up.
best defensive perks in the game.
I think so. I can't believe I'm saying that, like, oh, the nano or the headshot for Ana is, like, not worth it. But I actually feel like in a lot of situations, it's just inferior. Ultimate's dumpster. Wow. Yeah, I mean,
feel like
really.
you only take that when it's end around and you can't get your ult.
Yeah, and if you, I mean, I guess I could see a world where, like, if you get really good at hitting your shots and you're not under any pressure at all, like, you could probably do more neutral pressure. But
Yeah.
or like you said, if
I
you're not
think
going to build your ult,
The one reason I kind of came up with as to why you might run it is if you're playing Ana into a brawl comp, maybe.
yeah,
Where
exactly.
You're able to, like, set up on a high ground or something, and you're able to play, like, up there and you're kind of just shooting them, and they can't really close the distance very easily, I
Yeah.
think that could make it worth it. But it's just such a niche situation where you'd run that. But yeah, double nano is so strong. It's crazy.
Problem here for them. Like,
Well, this is gonna be tough. What's the 5th map again? I can't remember.
which has already happened.
What's the map type?
So how it works is since they've gone through every map type, I believe that means that Gen G can pick anything they want.
Interesting.
Any map type they want.
That's kind of tough
map
for
types
the
they
Ultimates, honestly. This has kind of been a
Yeah.
weird one, like a very back and forth match where like both teams. There hasn't really been. I guess Li Jiang was kind of close, but pretty significant advantage for whoever's map choice it was for like the last 4 maps, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like Blizzard World was not close. This wasn't that close. I guess the push was relatively close up until the end, so that's good, I guess. But if you pull like, what would you pick here? Would you just pick Koth and force more rush style
mean,
stuff if you're
has
not
all
Ultimates,
been
Gen
banned.
G?
I actually want to look at the bans to know like what I would pick. I'm
I
kind of curious.
don't know. I don't think Ball's been banned.
Back into the grind.
Yeah,
Excited
if Ball
to
hasn't
see
been
how
banned,
our
then that's like
changes this
insanely
year
nice
with
to
the
have
bans
for.
and ranked
What
games.
would you
Because
play?
if you're going
though?
Koth, it's probably more Ball.
Survasa maybe? Would you go Survasa and run Ball if you're Gen G?
Gen G, what do they like to run? What do they?
Because they could. Like, here's what you do, okay? You Gen G, you pick Survasa, you ban Roadhog or something like that, or you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Protect your tank and then run Balme. I don't know. That's what I feel like is the play.
Yeah,
but I don't know
maybe.
what their scrim rates are because I don't think the other maps are good for Ball. Like I look at Koth and I'm like, ooh, Nepal, no. Samoa, eh.
I think they struggled on Route 66 really.
Alan, thank you
bad
for the
against
sub. I
Raps.
appreciate it.
Route 66 wouldn't be too good for them. They could try and like take Winston Mir and Numbani.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's also playable for them. I think it's good for their Pharah too.
Yeah.
They want to try and play the Pharah comps again. So I think, yeah, Numbani or Suravasa. I'm going to have to go with that. I think I agree with you on the Suravasa take. I think your other option is just, yeah. Fake
Yeah.
subbing in. Are they going to go, they could go on a Brig,
Yeah,
on a Brig
yeah.
Numbani. I think maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
So we're gonna see a bit more break.
The only thing with Numbani is I think hit scan's pretty good in that map. Like you can run Kai and Soj and just not really feel too bad about it, you know?
We're going to Coliseo, I guess, because it is going to be Gen G's map pick.
I'm not sure.
On control.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know.
They could go so
Crazy. I
many
just got a
different ways.
resub. It's my, I think that might be one of my first year resubs. That's insane.
Really?
I haven't been streaming for too long, but yeah, that's really cool.
Nice, nice. I'm up to the point now. Ah, there it is. Wait, Suravasa. Let's see the ban.
Hey, you
Wait,
made the
Gen G
right call.
bans. Did they already ban Ball?
I think it'll show us in a second. It'll show us in a
Okay,
second. We'll see.
I think the Mercy ban is obviously will be to just they're trying to protect. I don't know, Kiriko, maybe Lucio, Juno.
We'll see.
I don't know.
I think they're trying to protect the backline. Ana. They're trying to
Yeah, I
protect
agree.
Ana.
Definitely trying to protect the backline. I just don't know which character.
Yeah. If they're playing ball, it's Ana that they're trying to protect. That's usually what I see when teams are playing up against the ball teams, is they try and ban the Ana, because then it forces like a Kiriko Lucio ball and it's way weaker from what I've
Yeah.
seen. So that's kind of what they're doing here. Well, let's see. So was ball banned? No.
Weird. Maybe they're just like,
Interesting.
maybe they're not like they don't feel like they're that much more superior. I mean, it's freaking Chase Torch, you know. So like, they
Actually,
can
I
play
guess
ball.
I guess they're okay with taking the Winston versus Ballmere, or
Alright,
like
check it.
ball versus ball. We'll see.
Balmir double flex versus Brig Ana or something like that. Maybe that's my prediction. And then they ban Pharah, so they're gonna force like Sombra Tracer or something, or Torb Tracer. Or, oh my, they're just gonna go. Frick me, no. So we see the ball, and then they're gonna pull out what they were playing on Esperanza, kind of, sort of, but yeah, this will be fun.
They're so unpredictable. Gen G are a interesting team. You have Krusty as the coach, so you know.
Yeah, people were asking why
some
people
interesting
don't play
pops.
Powder Iso a lot. I don't know what you think, Ocie, but like I think Powder Iso is just a garbage map, so pros don't like playing maps that feel super volatile.
Parisa is very popular in Korea.
Interesting.
Yeah, it had one of the highest pick rates actually, I think in stage 2 last year or
there
something.
you go.
Like for that thing in Korea. I don't think NA and EMEA like playing it much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Feels-
do agree that Parisa
feels
is a
super
very
volatile.
awkward map. It's awkward. Like I don't actually dislike it the most, but it's like, yeah, it's weird.
Oh, the ball value. Oh. Where's Kai's angle? Kai and Twilight have to carry this one, I think. Like, you got to get a greedy angle, not get slammed, and we got to have some juicer anti-nades, I think.
Yeah, this is pretty much just a full comp to bully the tank. That's it.
Yep, pretty much. And as long as the ultimates have to surprise, Genji cannot get surprised. Like, there has to be constantly marking, like, every angle. Cardiac's there. I don't know if we've seen Nade yet. Chase is low. They catch Crispy. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, you can see they're doing a good job playing their angles, the ultimates. This is good.
Ooh. Okay.
It's weird. You look at this and you're like, Lucio feels so hard versus this, but at the same time, it's like having another DPS essentially with Lucio is probably really nice. And also,
Yeah.
there's a question of like, if you don't run Lucio, with speedring, does your Ana just get run down? You know?
Yeah, I do think that it does give you like you can rotate your Sojin for an overclock. You can rotate your Ana for a nade. You kind of
Yeah.
like play with one or the other, and you just deal as much damage as you can, right? And then one of the ways you can actually like kind of brawl with Genji is with a beat. Like that's the only way.
Yeah,
And usually
yeah,
you like go
yeah.
for an aggressive beat, look to like assassinate a support or something. So having that there is super good. It's super good. It's the one opportunity you have to make a play like that.
Yep. Cardiac's already burned. He misses Hinder. Big mines. High Noon is used. They can easily zone that out. Great space control from ultimates. Nano's used though, so that's a bit of a commitment. They're gonna need to clean up this fight. I'm going to want more than that. Rally is used to catch, but chases. Adaptive shields, huge anti-nade. That's Cardiac, that's Rally. If the ultimates live this, they're going to feel really happy about this trade. Twilight doesn't have speed, though. Slam is denied. Sojourn's used to snowball. They get one. Beam is used in response. They're going to try and catch that. Kai needs to desperately live here. He does not. Huge whip shot by Kanale. And pretty back and forth fight here. Ultimates still have the angle control, though, so there's still a chance that somebody can fold if they don't... Ooh, yeah, like Kanale right now. He's got to play his life.
Yeah, does manage to survive. Now
There's
Chase
really good
backed
layering for
away.
both teams there, I feel like. Really nice,
Yeah.
like ult for ult for ult for ult for ult. The only mistake there being Twilight gets a little close, not factoring in the rally, I think.
Ultimates have the opportunity to go aggressive with their beat. They'll probably use it aggressively here to try and... Oh, you could
Yeah.
save it for the cage, but I think you just use it aggressively to
I
try and
agree.
assassinate Kanale or Crispy.
I think so too.
And
I
then
think so too.
here, the Torble is going to be the difficult part to get past, right? This is going to be thrown onto the point. Defensive cage. Okay.
They're just trying to
Beat
catch ball,
dropped
I
it.
guess.
That was just the ball.
But
Trying
it's
to
such
survive,
a crappy
I guess.
beat. Yeah. I mean, it forces the bad beat, I guess you could say, right? Like that was a terrible,
Yeah.
really poorly set up engage, and just felt like toothless. Just felt kind of like lame, you know? Like there wasn't really any meat off the engage. No nades, no shots, no damage, no rail, no nothing. But yeah.
Yeah, dealing with cage is super hard here too, because it's just like you really just try and catch Chase usually, but
Yeah.
it's so hard to advance and like go after a
Yeah,
target. But yeah,
that's
that beat
tough.
just falls over and
Who do you nano here? Sojourn?
yeah, I think you have to nano Soj, yeah, especially because like you can just pump damage into the Malga, and usually I
Yeah.
see a lot of like the main rail target. Funny enough, is like
Oh,
the
wait, what was
Torb.
that?
Torb is very easy to hit with rail, so I see that a lot.
Yeah, true. Zoning
Mines on
mines. Can we
point.
get recall? Whoop, there's the... Oh, we need to... Oh my gosh! Did not see that one. Nano on
That's,
ball.
Okay.
That's basically just, I guess, guarantee the point. I don't know. That felt a little bit odd.
Yeah, a little awkward. I think they have been nanoing ball. They've done this twice this
Yeah,
series, so
yeah.
I think.
It felt
I
like
don't
more like the
it.
timing of it, you know? It's like, even if the nano ball, okay, but like, you already up one, you know? Just, they're gonna walk
Yeah.
off. Nice nade. Slows things down maybe a little bit, but honestly, the ultimates, I don't really know what you have to answer here. Chase can't really stall.
It's too much to stand anyways. Like, if you can get the orb out,
What?
nice. What? I think that was a nade bounce there.
Nade bounce? Would you take Groggy versus this though with Amalga? With Ana perks?
That's honestly a good question. That's a great question. I think it was nade bounce though. We'll have to check. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Juno, you always get the ally thing.
Oh, they got him! He's off the map!
Oh my goodness.
The double boop. That's crazy. One hit. Aim.exe. Aim.exe. Didn't
Major
even need
perk
it.
ball player taking. I almost always see the hang time. That's pretty much what most are taking. Chase probably is gonna take hang time, but I'm not sure.
Why would you? Okay, so can you tell me why Lucio Ana on ball? So it's less about the ball and more about what you're playing versus, right? You want the speed on the map like this. If you have Ana without speed, she's going to get left behind and rotated on. And then Lucio is because Brigitte, again, same problems. Brigitte would just get completely run over with a situation like this. Flashpoint, Lucio good. That's pretty much it. And Ana also good versus Brigitte. Ana good versus Torb. Ana's good versus Malga, obviously. You don't always
Lucio
see
Ana's-
Ana with ball, but it feels like Ana's not so much for the ball, just like another DPS character. Same thing with Lucio.
Yeah, Lucio Ana's the anti-brawl backline for dive comps. That's basically like the best way to describe it. It's we saw Toronto Defiant use it last stage against the Malga comp. We see Crazy Raccoon use it in their ball comps. Like it's very common. It's very effective. You're playing off those nades. Those nades are really key. And one thing that I heard a lot of players like worried about with pack rat, right? With ball in general, when you're playing with Ana, is that it would be bad because the Ana like can't farm as much like healing off of the ball, and it's really just you're just doing damage, right? You're focusing on damage, and if the ball's uptime is higher, because face it.
Thank you, face it.
But if the ball's uptime is higher, you know that actually gives the Ana more opportunities for damage, anyways, right? If you're getting more healing
So
from
little
packs and everything,
responsibility.
so.
I think it's actually the Lucio Ana stuff. So if you want some lore here, it actually goes all the way back to 2022. So start of Overwatch 2. This was when the alpha, right? Teams are running Winston, Lucio, Ana, Genji, Doomfist, whatever, right? And we were playing like Ryan Brawl comp. Lucio Ana was really, really hard to play versus because again, you have essentially another DPS that can speed in with beat, with nano, whatever, and just harass your backline because we were running BAP, whatever, right? But the other thing as well is, like I said earlier, it's like when you have Lucio, anytime that we want to go in with Blizzard or Shatter or Beat Engage, Lucio just makes it so that you never catch up with the Ana. We were never able to trade their backlines running Ryan comps versus that. So even though we're not exactly seeing a Ryan comp from Genji here, Lucio just makes it, again, so that Twilight is either Faith is allowed to DPS however he wants, ouch, or if you're Genji, you're never allowed to connect with Twilight. In theory, you shouldn't.
Yeah. And here it's actually starting to work a little bit better here.
I think it's the point. I think it's a lot harder for ball on this particular point.
Yeah, it is just
much more congested.
See.
And I really like the cast tracer here. I think Torb tracer feels great on paper, but and if you hit your shots, it's just so much more consistent damage.
Yeah, I agree. I really like Cast Tracer has always been kind of a go-to, even in Overwatch 1 against the ball comps.
Yeah.
I've always liked that way more. Like I know a lot of teams like back. I don't know if you remember the old Brawl, like Cast May, the classic.
Yeah.
I'd always have teams like swap the May to a Tracer. I know some teams were like, oh, the May's good against ball. Not really. You know, like you have that Tracer to mark things. You have that Tracer to hold an angle, whatever. I really like the Tracer and Brawl.
I agree.
Then.
I agree.
Very good.
I agree. I think the irony if you run Cast May is that you end up giving the ball tracer any flank or any engage that they want. So yeah, you could CC them once they're already in, but they get to go in essentially for free, right? With Cast Tracer, there's at least a question of whether you can actually set up the engage that you want. Early ults here, back cap from ultimates is really important here, and then Chase needs to live for his mines. That's 97 touch, so they got OT. Mines? Oh, he needs mines. He needs mines. He doesn't get mines. He doesn't get mines. Oh no. The timing, you could tell Faith was like ready to go in, you know. He's like, all right, oh no. Oh yeah. That's okay. Not their point, and ultimately you still. Oh, they use cage fight. Wow. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse for the ultimates, all things considered.
That is a big investment there, and now ultimates are going to have the beat, they're going to have the mines. They might need to be careful about how much they use. If they can win this fight with less, then they actually might have an okay chance to take them. Oh, Mag, okay.
I feel like, again, it's a point thing. I think with where this fight's taking place, this is going to feel a lot better for ball. Maybe you just need the mobility a little bit more.
Yeah.
In theory, mine should be enough here to win this. Or just that. Oh no.
Oh.
Me on Tracer.
Oh.
No way.
Okay.
Oh no, Chase is this is bad. This is really bad. Whoa, okay, never mind. Cause like now you don't even have your good mind set up. Like they weren't able to like actually coordinate a dive. They were like kind of a staggered dive there, you know?
Yeah. All over the place. There's the beat. They should win off of that, but that is still a lot to use.
Really ugly.
He is history, and these mines on the point, impossible for Mag to do anything about. This should just be the point up.
Sauna? This is not exactly what the Ultimates wanted there.
Yeah. Bit of a waste of a pulse bomb from Sana, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, at least that means there's no pulse for the Sojourn, the Honor, or anything. Faith
True,
with Brig.
true.
Okay. I actually like that.
And that's for
Oh,
the
Mac.
diva, and then now they go back to Malga, right? So now Faith is like, frick, man, I gotta go back to Lucio. That's crazy.
That's so funny. They
That's
said
super
counter swapping
funny.
was dead. They said
Yep.
it was dead, but no.
See, here's the thing. It's not just, it's counter swapping more than just tanks. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah.
Honestly, from both sides, a good pulse bomb.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that was a good shot.
Okay. That's a fight.
All right, so this is the
crazy.
strat. This is the strat. They want an early fight. They want to make this messy. I think this is the strat. Because I don't think you want to let them touch because they know rally and they're cooked, right? So
Oh, yeah,
Tracer's
forward
going to
fight.
touch. I would go as far to say, I think rather than this, just hunt Tracer. Well, actually, maybe...
Ooh. Chase can't die.
Oh, no! They needed that nano.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Crud, this is not good, mate. This is not good.
Oh, top dragon.
They tried the early
Oh.
fight. Jinji caught it, and they trusted the Tracer touch. Oh, and they
Oh
win
my
without
goodness.
using a single ult. Oh,
Top dragon without ult.
This is bad. This is really bad. You have double support ult. Hey, this is gonna have to be like a Mines kill or something, like, or a
Yeah.
huge nade or something. Like this is sketchy.
Yeah, Chase is coming in here.
Oh, this is a good spot for Mines though. Good spot for Mines.
Yeah, it is, it is,
Really
it
good
is.
spot for Mines.
Oh, come on, get top dragon. Almost.
Cardiac and Nano. High Noon's used. Nade is used.
Okay. Oh, Kai just can't see anything.
They
with
need
that
they
nano.
need to rotate Twilight on a flank. Like I'm not even joking. They needed to rotate Twilight on a flank and just anti-nade backline.
I
Like
agree,
just go
yeah.
all the way in. You have nothing to lose. You have to one-shot backline here. Okay, they disengage one. Really good kite from the ultimates. Holy crap, that's scary. All right, Kev. Kevin. This is it. Nader pulse. Nader pulse. Kevster's dead. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this might be it.
No, this is it. They're cooked.
Oh. Wait, Kai got a pick? Question mark. Nah.
That's
it.
crazy. Kevster gets one clipped for the. That's the final map.
Ultimates, the
no.
team that many people rated at the very top. Ultimates, they are now 6th place in EMEA. They're not. They are as close to as possible to getting relegated. As like, they have the same record as the 7th place team. They just beat them in head-to-head, so that's why.
No. Oh,
But yeah, Ultimates.
tragedy.
They're only qualifying to playoffs because they won that match against I think Vision Esports. So
Who's on Vision roster?
Vision, it's I think, oh god, I think their tank right now is banned at the moment. They were playing with their main support on tank yesterday. Imo was their tank. They have, oh god, I can't remember like the whole roster. They're one of the lower teams. They were the last to qualify in EMEA.
Yeah.
They were like at the very bottom, but I'm actually
Yeah.
they have slow dive. That's their hitscan player. Slow dive is probably like their best player.
Gotcha. Okay.
Really good, very talented.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean-
insane picks. Like can go to head to head with some
Interesting,
other pretty
interesting.
good hitscan players.
Couple of Saudi dudes, checkmate, and my Twitch chat says no checkmate was KCD. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's slow dive, Taejong, Imo, AOI, simple, and one.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I felt like pretty clear map win there at the end for Genji. I mean, obviously went pretty much back and forth the rest of the series, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The big thing that I noticed with the Ultimates is that their ult game just feels so incredibly weak. Obviously a lot of perks going on here, but like it feels just like a lot of the play setups, you know, like the comps make sense, the strategies make sense, but like even that last fight there where they're clearly trying to take an early fight, I understand the idea, just the execution was just poor, you know. I don't know, it's tough.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Well played to Gen G though.
yeah, they I think that's a win they really wanted there, and I think that does actually matter for standings. So that
Interesting.
was
Good.
pretty
Yeah, they
significant.
earned it. They earned it. It was really good.
But yeah, after yesterday, I think this is a good win for them. They needed this one.
Oh my gosh, these
I think the team I'm most interested to see in playoffs. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take a break because I'm going out to see my girlfriend. But the team I'm most interested to see is Peps. I want to see if they can like beat some more top teams. They beat Ultimates.
Yeah.
They beat Genji. Like the fact that they were able to beat both of these teams is pretty impressive, and I think they could like go further. You know.
Yeah, agreed. You said you have to go out here?
Not now. No.
Not now. Okay, but later.
No. That was more of like a next week thing for playoffs.
Oh,
sorry.
I see what you're saying.
I can't watch
okay,
Peps
okay.
play. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
No,
I see
you're
what
good.
saying.
Don't worry.
Okay. Why did they ban
Yeah.
Mercy? Just to protect support, I think. I don't think they really cared about. They just didn't want to. They didn't want Ultimates to ban. I mean, I don't know. Juno,
Yeah.
Brigitte, you know.
Ana, I think, if they hadn't banned it already.
Could be, yeah.
I think.
But
that
do you
usually
really
it's
worry about the
it-
Ana ban though? If you're rolling out in Juno, Brick, Malga.
Or oh yeah, I guess they were the ones to ban that. Yeah.
So it's
I
like
guess
I
they
think
were
it's
just trying to put Junior break. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. But I'm honestly not too
That's
sure.
my bad. I was
No,
thinking
no,
like
it's fine.
Ultimates. My brain.
No, it's confusing because you got to remember like the ban order because of who won the previous map, and half the time you forget who's who. You're like, wait, who won the last map? So
Wait, did they
Top-
really give Top Dragon player the match for like
because
missing
he's the
every
DPS,
ultimate?
he's a DPS player. That's why.
He's the DPS player.
He's the
No, but
DPS
actually, this, I mean, yeah, they do that, but I don't think that should go to Top Dragon. To be honest, who do you think it should go to?
Oh, I'm so bad at this. I hate giving this stuff. Okay, here's what it is. It's like you never know what they say. Like, what is it? The Socrates quote. Like, once you start to know things, you just learn the depth of your ignorance. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I like analyze, I sometimes I don't even know who is the player of the match when I like literally fully 3.5 hour analyze a match. Because
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
fair.
dude, I didn't watch their POV, so I'm just like getting general impressions. I don't know. I think Mag played okay. Mag was fine. Mag was flexible. Mag's flexibility was useful. I mean, I feel like we say that all the time, right? But like, he's fine. Low hanging fruit would be Mag, but I also feel like I would want to look at the support play, honestly.
Yeah.
Give it to the main support as
Yeah.
pity points and call it a day, Spilo. Yeah, sure, that works for me.
No, actually, I would. My call was going to be one of the support players.
You think
I mean,
so?
I think,
Yeah.
I think you could give it to either, but I think they made the
You could be
performance that
right,
kinda
yeah.
mattered there.
Yeah, you definitely could be right. I mean,
Mag did good too. I think I wouldn't go the DPS route this time. Like Sana's always a pretty good MVP
Yeah,
candidate.
go
To be honest.
Sana.
Like Sana's really good, but
Sana's always
like-
my goat, except for the personality, category. But everything else he's okay.
yeah.
Somebody make sure somebody in chat clip that and send it to him, please. Freaking love Sana.
Crazy.
Guy is the greatest.
Yeah.
Okay, Fraudlo, if you can't answer that simple question, then who are the worst feeders? Ah, man, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, so what you're seeing right now is going to be the placings currently.
hard to say. I don't know. I felt like Twilight didn't have the greatest game ever,
Alcatia. That was a
but that was more of a lack of visibility, so I don't know if that's actually true or not.
I know, yeah. That one loss.
But I can't believe I'm slandering Twilight, so maybe I should just shut my mouth.
Someone read the title of my video, "The Strangest Pharah Performance Ever," as the straightest Pharah performance ever, and they were very confused as to how one plays Pharah in a gay or straight way. Yeah, I mean,
Ends up rolling.
that video is great though. That video is great. I'm happy with it. I may have written the whole thing in one day, but it's still great.
The script?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
wrote
gonna
it
say, what's your
voiceover
video
all day.
process? Your quality is like disgusting, so you have to break down the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, basically what I do is like first of all, I think the co-streams help me figure out like what matches I want to cover.
Yeah, of
and
course.
then I'm thinking about changing the process of what I do, but right now for like POVs, what I do is I collect all of them, all of the footage from every POV, and I just get that, and I download the match VOD as well, right? From Overwatch Esports, and once I have all that, I go ahead and sit down and I, you do your outline. You say, okay, these are the points of the comp I want to focus on. These are the important things.
Yeah.
And then I just go ahead and start writing, and I write
Yeah.
the whole thing. I write the whole script there, then and there. And once I'm done, I do all the voiceover right then and there. And how I do it is I split it up into sections, paragraphs. So I do a paragraph, done. Next paragraph, done. I just
smart.
stitch it all together, right? But it's like, it's usually 30 to 50 voiceovers, separate ones that I just like record for each little paragraph of it. And then in Premiere Pro, the strat, the most efficient way to edit it, first of all, stitch all the voiceover stuff together. Then I put whatever I want to show on top of it. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, it does. So
write the whole script,
so talking
voiceover.
first, footage second.
Yes, all the footage after that. Like, you know, I do get the POVs and everything as fast as I can, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
pretty
smart.
much
That's smart.
It's the most efficient way I found, because like when I started out, it's like, oh, script this and then video this and then put it in the video. It's like so slow, like trying to switch
Yeah.
between all the things. It's like, no, just do all the scripting, do all the voiceover, put it all together, and then after that, it's basically like a little puzzle. The editing is, it's just like, oh, this is what I say. Like this person does this. I put
Right.
the POV of this person doing this, and then I
So
just
it's like
switch between the
direction.
POVs.
This is what I'm talking about. So what angle do I want to show, basically? Third person,
yeah.
individual. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, so that's the best way to go about it, I think. And then over time, I've gotten better with the quality and stuff. But yeah,
Yep, that's how it goes. Unless you're me, you just get worse over time, but yeah, you fail upwards. That's the strategy. Poopkip goes, yes, please teach Spilo. He needs this. Haha. Thank you, Poopkip, very much for that. Am I the only one who sees this as like, what is the Subway Surfers? Like, this is just
Yeah,
Subway
I'm not
Surfers
sure
for
what I'm
OWCS. This is just, we have to be watching something, so... Oh, it's so, like, headache-inducing with the AI or the bot aiming.
yeah, the aim. Oh my
Ooh.
goodness.
Clicking and dink noises, guys. I love Overwatch. Ocie, I'm going to ask you the question. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Go
wait,
ahead.
go
No,
ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was going to ask you. It's actually a perfect time because I was going to ask you the question that I'm sure you've never been asked before. What are your thoughts on
Okay.
Marvel Rivals? Maybe you've heard of
Oh,
that game.
boy.
I don't know. Maybe you've
Yes,
heard of it.
I have.
Kind of a niche game.
Niche game. Yeah. Marvel Rivals, in my opinion, I think, first of all, it's like hard to compare it to Overwatch now in terms of like the polish and everything, because it's a new game, right?
Yeah.
Like it's newer. It's a little unpolished when it comes to like how it feels to play and also the balance too. But I think with it, I'm trying to think like, what are my thoughts? It has been, at least at first, it was a little worse with like the amount of Marvel Rivals comments, the amount of toxicity involved
Yeah.
with it, but like that died down pretty fast. I mean, that wasn't
Yeah,
the biggest
agreed.
issue.
It's
When
vocal
I played the
minority.
game, I found it to be decently fun, but I felt like a lot of the time the pace was a little slowed compared to Overwatch. It felt like there was less off angling with
Yeah.
the maps. I didn't like the map design much. It didn't give you many opportunities to like go for rotations, like circular rotations, or
Yeah,
like
agreed.
get on an angle. Like it was kind of just like, oh, you just go down this path and then it's just ult usage. Like the most important thing looked like cycling of cooldowns and ultimates, just going down a singular path. And I haven't played it enough to really make like a solid review on it, but
Sure.
like that's pretty much like my general opinion on it from what I played. And for me, I definitely like prefer the flow of Overwatch. I think it feels smoother to play. I feel like I have more options when I'm on a map. I think the map design's better. But I do think that also having Rivals there might actually... I think the positive thing is it's not necessarily the devs who are actually encouraged to do better for Overwatch. I think it's the top executives that are
I'd
more
agree with
willing to
that.
put more into the resources for development for Overwatch. And they're more willing to like let them do their thing and take risks because of Marvels, you know?
I agree.
And that's
that's
why,
a good take.
yeah. And like with all the new content we're seeing now, I think this isn't actually their response to Rivals either, which is actually potentially exciting, you know? Like, you know, if this is the stuff they were working on before they were really worried about Rivals, what is the stuff that they might be given the resources to work on after, right? Maybe
Sure.
we get a TV show for Overwatch, maybe we get other stuff, but
Sure.
like, I think we could just be touching the surface, maybe not, you know, like can't get your hopes
Sure.
up too much, but
Sure.
I'm pretty hopeful about it, and I'm feeling pretty good about the state of Overwatch, and I think Marvel Rivals is there, and it's the good competition. It provides an option, and also like I think of it in the same way as like when someone else is like making videos that are similar to mine, like you know your videos, or like I know like Coach Whistle's making stuff now. It's kind of like how, you know, when someone plays like watches one of my videos, they'll probably recommended one of your videos. It's the
Sure.
same thing with Rivals, where it's like now for new Rivals players who are kind of new to the hero shooter genre, there is another thing that's there, and they might be more willing to give that a shot. So I think we might actually get a slight influx of Overwatch players, weirdly enough.
What do they call like the there's like that study about antique stores, like they clump up in locations because when you go to one antique store, you want to go to another antique store and you want to go to another. So it's actually not even competition. It's just like more eyes on the genre as a whole. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I think there's like another effect as well. I call it the Concord effect, where people were like really critical of Concord's visual like design and stuff. And then what proceeded afterwards is there was a lot of videos that showed up my kill feed, I say, oh my gosh, brain rot. Content feed about like, oh, how good Overwatch's visual design was in comparison up. So then what I'm seeing now is like people are like, oh, rivals, triple support, support design that's not super thoughtful. And I'm seeing people are like, yeah, well, in Overwatch, you can actually kill stuff. And, Overwatch, or does Marvel Rivals have an Ana? No, I didn't think so, And I'm like, wow, like Marvel Rivals, has its own strengths and weaknesses, but some of those weaknesses are making people appreciate some of the strengths of Overwatch before, whereas before you weren't reading comments like that. Everyone was just hypercritical of Overwatch all the time for no reason, so.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good. I think it's good overall. I'm feeling all right with it, I do think like Overwatch esports might be another story. I think things are getting a little rough. But no, it's for now we're okay. For now we're okay. It seems like it's going in a decent direction. Like this season is definitely an improvement on last season.
Yeah, it's just more fun to watch, honestly, with what's going on right now. I'm not really as familiar with like a lot of the system in act, like the way that the logistics of how it's been run, but like from a viewer standpoint, like a moron, because that's kind of where I am now. Like I'm in moron status. I don't barely know what's going on, but I watch games like, oh, I like this, so. That's kind of where I'm at. But I'll let you go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. I asked you like the biggest question of all time.
I'm going to make my matcha tea too. I'm going to get my tea.
Ooh,
you're all
nice.
No,
fellow matcha enjoyer. Enjoy. I come back and talk about matcha. Yes, I'm a matcha enjoyer. I am indeed. Awesome. I got the whisk and everything.
Yes. Okay, awesome.
Yep.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, sounds good.
You did it. You are more American to me than Matt is.
True story, chat. You guys want to hear a funny story about Reinforce? We have a really sweet relationship. He was at Spotlight. Guy comes up behind me in front of my wife. We're sitting there playing games, and just wraps his arm around me and goes, I'm gonna miss you, man. So good to see you again. My wife's sitting right there, just did everything but kiss the back of my neck. So, I'm cheating on Ralph. Never. Hey, Cherry. I'm ignoring that comment, by the way. Hey, Hoodlum.
Yeah, no, for now you're doing great, John.
You're loving the screen candy right now? Yeah. What is the best Overwatch map versus the best Marvel's map? Gosh darn. I actually don't know what the best Overwatch map is. I think that they both all have their strengths and weaknesses. But the best Marvel map for me, I don't know either. I think Yggdrasil's not too bad. That one's not too bad.
The two of you. Now I want to focus on the top performance though, because last week we did reveal a handful of
Scrim's Row, yeah, but then the third point, I don't know. Kingstar is definitely a bit overrated. It's a beautiful classic map, but I don't think it's bad. It's a fine map, but yeah. I've always sat with map design. Which one's my favorite? I don't know, man. People have asked me that for years. So I don't really know. I have more comments on like this map I don't like, and less about. I'm more negative Nancy. See, I'm not a fence sitter in that aspect. Ah, frick. Our bit rate is down low. Okay, I might have to stop and restart YouTube.
Maybe lost in the mail. That must be the problem.
I actually can't even get on the basic platform anymore. I think I'm just banned.
Yeah, that's super unlucky.
No, they didn't ban me.
We did
just play one match in season 4. Then, yeah.
The biggest difference is the Marvel Rivals performance. Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to not have as many issues with it, but yeah, it definitely affects a lot of people. Johnny's a good dude, one of the best interviews I had. Oh, that's right, for the Overwatch League piece, yeah.
Dante was like our go-to Minecraft.
Yeah, he's the Minecraft player.
But not
Apparently there was another one on the block.
Oh my god. I mean, Matt, you've been doing this game before, so you know which
I did not do
Nightbot. Oh. Hang on, you fricker. I gotta update Nightbot.
I'll give you a hint.
Nightbot.tv. I gotta update the Spylo 3 command.
his hands are
blessed.
Oh, Syrian God's hand.
Commands. My cat is freaking out. Chill the frick out, cat.
There we go.
Yes.
Nice, Johnny.
Minecraft
Nice.
speedrunner.
Okay, I do sure.
Help.
Yeah. Why are FTGold's hands pressed?
Just because.
Well, she was trying to make a god.
Okay, try the
On to the next one. On to the next one. I thought these
Can you guys try the Spylo 3 command really fast? See if it works.
up on North America.
Okay, he's
I just
also
updated it. Does it work?
This is hottie.
Where's the thong buckle command?
Good job with the blurring. Did it?
Yo, it works. We're so well cooking. Sorry, YouTube chat. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. Actually, that's not true.
Alright, next one. We've revealed 4, I think, overall.
Okay, cool.
Guess who? He earned his first prize money on Overwatch
Tree.
Analysis 2018 when he was 13 years old.
It's tree.
No.
Or sugar free.
No.
After 13 years old.
Infected?
Jwoo? I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
He just said something. Maybe you can guess by the hairdo. Maybe you can derive something there.
No, I haven't looked at the recent Overwatch positive reviews. I don't read reviews on Steam. Are you talking about Steam reviews, bro? I don't trust Steam reviews further than I can spit for any mainstream game. I'll trust Steam reviews more with like more niche games.
I'm not sure.
Someone in chat is molding right
Oh, who are you? Actually, could be who are you? Yes.
Do we get a hint?
Oh,
Dragon.
Top Dragon. I knew that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
Top.
he
I don't.
did,
I.
And he just decided not to say it.
I've seen if Johnny could get one.
That's really nice.
You just hate you? Yes, I do hate you. Yes.
Team player. All right, this is the last one. He also plays for Winthrop University. Okay, that
What is that,
really
Ultraviolet?
whittles it down. Yes, perfect.
No, I'm
All
alright.
right,
No.
I made it back.
Welcome back. I actually have to get up for a second as well, so we're just taking turns.
All right.
Be
You're
right back.
good. You're good.
No, get down.
That was so
All right.
sad. It was like it's like I want to be useful, guys. I was here. I did it.
You're giving me a hard
We're chilling. We're chilling. Are we supposed to hear them? This is just the clean feed, so that way we don't have casters on, and we can just kind of chill and talk.
These are 4 more.
I'm thinking. I'm actually curious about a question. I think we have a good question for Spylo here.
Away my ability.
For DPS, for Genji, we've seen the same build run every single time. We've seen the heal build, the double heal, where you'll go Dragon's Thirst, Dragon Blade Swings, gain 30% lifesteal, and you'll also go Meditation, regenerate 25 health per second when Deflect is active. Yeah, I know Spylo just stepped away, but yeah, this is a question we'll ask him afterwards. I'm just asking chat, you know, what do you think? Do you think there's any reason to ever not go that build, you know? Like Acrobatics, Swift Strike, resets double jump. Is there a reason? Is that a good perk? Is that movement ever worth it, you know, compared to just a straight up buff to Dragon Blade? And then like Blade Twisting, Swift Strike deals 25 additional damage over time when used shortly after elimination. Like, that relies on you getting a pick, right? It relies on you getting a kill. I think I saw one player use it. I think I saw one player use that instead of meditation. And I think that's actually going to be really interesting to look at. Also, thank you, Arl and Sarah Lee, for the subs at tier 1. Appreciate it. Yeah, we reached another sub goal, I think. We're at 281 now. That's crazy.
The race to second.
Yeah, Spylo stream
Okay.
can hear you, yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm
again.
back.
Esports are hard. Like, no one
All right. Do you ever have those
Yeah.
moments?
All right, Spylo. So I have a good question for you.
This is just like some
Oh,
Yo,
wait,
okay.
you have a question for me too. Okay.
No, I was gonna say, you
let
ever
you
have
go
those
first, I'll
moments
let you
when
go
you
first.
like, thank you, when you like, at some points in your life, you like oddly fixate on something, and you're like, what was going on? I read this study when I was like 21 years old, and it was like, people that drink, there's some study in China, Japan, or something. I don't even know if I could find the study anymore. It's like, oh, people that drank like 4 or 5 cups of green tea were less likely to die of any cause. I don't know. Anyway, it's correlation, causation. You know, who gives a frick? Anyway, long story short, I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I gotta start cranking the green tea. Mate, I was drinking like 5 or 6 cups of green tea for like 2 years. I would have, on my kitchen counter, there'd just be like cups just sitting out. and like the worst part is like I couldn't drink it on an empty stomach or like without a lot of food because I don't know why, it made me a little bit nauseous. There's not even a lot of caffeine. I still don't know why. So I would just chug green tea every afternoon for like a year and a half. It was interesting. And then I discovered matcha and I was like, all right, bro, I have to actually just enjoy matcha for what it is and not chug it. Because I really do. Okay, so you had a question for me.
these are the teams that
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll reply to that first, because, yeah, no, matcha, no, I love matcha so much, it's so great, but, like, for me, I have acid reflux, so, like, for those of you who have acid reflux, by the way, green tea is great. It is one of the best solutions, and, like, I usually make, like, a latte, but it's, like, really simple. This is literally just matcha that I, like, whisk and make, and then and then it's milk.
That sounds so good.
And it's ice.
That sounds so good.
But, like, there's no sugar or anything, and if you don't put any sugar or anything, and, like, yeah, the caffeine will mess with your, like, reflex a little bit, but generally, it's a lot better than, like, coffee or something, you know? So that's what I've gone with. And
Is it just me, or is it, like, the kind of... It's not super bitter, because if you, like, whisk it or cook it at the right temperature or whatever, it's better. But something about green tea just feels satisfying. It's just, like, earthy, and, like, it just feels like I'm, like... It's like it's like the quote of like going out and chewing on a mouthful of grass. It just makes you feel better, but it's without the grass flavor as much. I don't know. It's satisfying.
You get it. Yeah. No, it's really good. It's really good. When I went to Japan, I got a lot of matcha, and it was it's so good. And I had so much while I was there too. I mean, they have it so cheap there. I'm like really jealous because you know when you're buying it in the U.S., it is not as cheap. It is not as cheap. It's probably the most expensive thing I spend on myself. But to be fair, I see it as something that's also, you know, in a way a health benefit compared to like
definitely
drinking a Monster Energy or something, you know. So
I feel like it's probably a health benefit from what little I know. Maybe not drinking 5 cups a day, but probably just healthy. Period. Honestly,
it is. Yeah, it does have straight up health benefits. And what's nice is with the milk too. I can kind of get some like protein there. So
there
I
you
find
go.
it to be
Perfect.
like, you know, you can have it after you work out, and it's actually, you know, a little protein shake, I guess. Milk is underrated for protein, by the way. Like, like, I've never done protein powder, anything like that. What I tend to do is I drink milk after I work out. I don't know, like, that might be a hot take, but the protein there is really good. So.
Yeah, it's solid. Yeah, it's solid. I'd be very picky about the type of milk I get. You know, I wouldn't buy, like, a jug off of, you know, but you get, like, the all organic natch stuff. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I also think, like, in general, a lot of protein powder out there is like full of like crap that I would not want to put in my body. So
yeah. All right. So the question I had for you is, I'm sure you've like noticed by now with Genji players, maybe that like every single Genji player goes with the heal build, the double heal, where you have the Dragon Blade heal you, and you have the Reflect heal you.
Yeah, I think it's
now. I was curious, like, is there ever any reason to run anything else? I think I saw one player switch the major perk. I think the other minor perk was like you get like a reset on double jump when you you dash or something. And then blade twisting is the major perk instead of the deflect healing. It's Swift Strike deals a 25 additional damage over time when used shortly after an elimination. You know, but it relies on you getting a pick, right, in a fight. Yeah. So like after you already get an advantage, then you can like kind of like get more of an advantage off of that, I guess. Like that's where that can come into play. But like I've just noticed like basically every single time
it's exclusively clip farming. That's all. Like I think giving up 50 healing and deflect is way too like it's not even like situational. It's just if you want to play for the clip and no composition and no map and no anything, is it better?
Yep. And also we got a ball mirror. We got a straight ball mirror to start Team Liquid. They really like their ball comps, and Avidity, you know, they have Pella, who's like a pretty well-known ball player. And
you want the spice here? As I interrupt you, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So like one player I'm really looking at here is actually Zomba on the Tracer. Pella got a boop there. Oh, that's big.
Ooh, that is big.
Yeah,
I'm not as familiar with Zomba.
Kind of like
Zomba's a newer name for me.
Yes, newer name. Kind of like coming into the scene. And Avidity, they've been kind of like an underdog team that are able to punch up a little bit. They're definitely like near the bottom, but they're able to punch up. They've done quite well recently.
3-3 is not terrible with a roster like this. Like I don't know a single name, and they're 3-3. I mean that's pretty. Not that name value is everything, but like still.
Scuffed and Nenwai, they come from Calling All Heroes actually. They're a Calling All Heroes backline. They played for the Nightmare team. And then Pella's a well-known ball player, like kind of like in the tier 3 scene back in Overwatch 1, back where I was. And Zomba, I think in the same kind of tier 3 area back then.
And in this Wub.
Zomba
Man, I'm glad Wub's still around.
Wub, yeah.
Good for
Wub is always around. Wub's always been in this like area of like kind of like tier 2-ish almost, but now it's like this team definitely has a ton of potential though. Like some of these names, like I think Zomba definitely like we could see them go up to better teams in the future. We could see them on like really good rosters, right? So it's
What do you think about
they're
the
a very
take
interesting team.
that like this has been the first year where like NA development scene, maybe it's partly calling all heroes, but like actually for like the first time in like literally 4 or 5 years. Like in terms of develop, like actually up and coming players. Like how many up and coming players have you had in NA since like 2018? Like Infected, maybe. Sugar Free, maybe. Like Tree, like you could count them on your one hand. It was like the American Tornado domination, the same 5 or 6 players. And then just a lot of disappointments, right? But it feels like nowadays we actually have some players that are like quote unquote up and coming, you know, for the first time ever, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And a coach that's up and coming too. Raylene was in my kind of area of like coaching like that kind of level back when.
That's awesome.
I was coaching more. So
NA needs good coaches.
She's done a very good job with Avidity. Yes. No, Raylene, I think she's pretty good. She's very sweet. She's very nice. So I think she's done a really good job with the team. So
sick.
Overall, Avidity is kind of like a team full of rookies that just have done a great job, really. And you know, the fact that they're at least doing some damage to Team Liquid here, and I feel like they do have the opportunity to take a map. It's gonna be tough though, you know, like because the ball comp, this is a strength for Team Liquid. It is something that they're gonna be.
You would just be able to play versus a team of this caliber is really good, you know, because it's like think about the practice quality. I mean, I don't know what scrims Avidity is getting, but like, you know, it kind of becomes like a very like Overwatch League was always tough because it was such an isolated environment. Like if you're a contenders player, you were not going to be scrimmaging good teams. Like that's just how it was. Almost like, unless you're like one of the top 1 or 2 contenders teams, right? Yes. Like even when London Spitfire 2021, we were second worst team, third worst team besides LAV and Vancouver that year, right? Mental boomed, everybody's in ping. We scrimmaged contenders and just dumpstered them. We were going even with American Tornado in scrims, right? And or beating American. Like the last time I think we scrimmed American Tornado, we were like 4-2 or 5-2, and they were the best contenders team in the West. And that was us. Like we were hot garbage. Like we were like, oh, they must be losing scrims to British Hurricane. We would 6-0 British Hurricane every time. So like that basically you have like this isolated meta where like you never scrim contenders teams, so contenders players never really develop. Well, now it feels like I don't know what Avidity's scrim schedule looks like, but like a lot of these teams, you could actually like you could scrimmage Korean players.
They're getting SSG scrims.
Right, you're getting SSG scrims, right? Like that's huge for your development.
They're actually getting like top teams. Yeah,
and that's perfect. That's exceptional. Like you're gonna actually like that. That's just not just good for Avidity. That's good for SSG. You know, more teams, more variety of play, more competitive front. Ooh, nope, not quite. Oh, we got him. He got him. Maybe he must have. But yeah, it's good for the scene. It's good for the scene just to have more like, you know, a more democratic roster building, more, I don't know if democratic is the word, but just much more variety in what we're seeing.
In an open format, really it's just promotion and relegation that makes a difference, you know?
Is your Twitch frozen,
that, like, NA,
or is it just mine?
Is my Twitch frozen? Oh, no. I think yours might have frozen a bit. You might be a little behind. For me, I'm on the clean feed on YouTube, so...
Oh, okay. Here, let me speed up a little bit here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
Yeah. I'm at
22,
let me know
23.
where you're at once you get it going.
Oh, man, I keep pausing here. 24.
Okay, you're like slightly behind me. It should be okay.
Okay, all right.
Should be okay.
Yeah, I keep pausing now all of a sudden.
I'll pause for a second, then unpause. Okay, we should be good.
You may just cruise. It's probably more on my end. Mega Dwarf says my Twitch is cutting too.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Ooh. Also, thank you, Superstitious, for the 2 communities. The 1 community sub. There's so many subs because of the drops for Overwatch.
Yes.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. They're definitely trying to like bring streamers back to Overwatch for this season. In my case, I never left, so I'll take it.
Give me 1 second, Ocie. Hang on 1 second.
You're all good. You're all good. Yeah.
We're gonna try YouTube. We're gonna try one more time, and if we still have some like quality issues, I might have to bail for today and have to try and find out. Multi-streaming has been giving me issues. It works. It's totally fine on my internet, but it keeps getting throttled occasionally. So I don't know if any of you guys are any co-streaming geniuses, but I'm open to suggestions here. I might have to go call my internet provider and give them a hard time. YouTube is a PowerPoint presentation? Yeah. Yeah, dude, even the Twitch VOD is taking forever to load. Yeah, okay, so YouTube, I'm probably going to have to bail for right now. We will sort it out. That's okay. We'll sort it out in the future. But it was just as well. If you guys want to watch the rest of the co-stream, hop in the Twitch. It is stuttering on Twitch. Yeah, I think we might have to bail here. Okay, YouTube, I love you guys. I love each one of you guys personally. I will buy you all a car. We'll probably be back next